You want to be with that person. You want to return to that person. You have chosen that person in you, but maybe there is a little constraint. There is always an interpretation for that burning desire that is raging in you, and it is because you want to be with that person. You need to know this so that you can give the right interpretation to your feeling. You want to know the reason you are feeling the way you are feeling. You want to know why you suddenly start feeling the burning desire to be with that person. You do not want to. You want to avoid it. You are feeling like this. You don't belong to the same class, or maybe there is a case of world apart. But all this are what your mind is telling you. But your feeling is telling you something different. What more would it be? How will you handle it? A case of emotion that is strongly burning and eager to connect you with someone. A strong desire to get closer to someone that you have seen or met, but have not known the person closely. It would be amazing how you will see the force of attraction, the way it works in humans to satisfy their emotional desire. You keep thinking about that person. You sense their presence even when they are not there with you. The thought of that person, feel your imagination that your mind is being occupied by the feelings you have for them. Number 1, you are in love with that person. The force of love is so strong that it could sweep you off of your feet without your permission and give you some restless emotions just because there is a connection in your heart for someone that has won the space and the emotion of your heart. The feeling of love is a hot burden to bear. When you are in love with someone, you feel that strong desire to be with that person. You think about the person like your life depends on their presence. The thought of them takes away that ease in you, and your mind blows. That is the reason you have suddenly developed a burning desire to be with someone, because you love the person. That desire to be with someone is because you developed a soft feeling for someone. That is the same way God feels for us whenever we go outside His will. No shadow He cannot light up. There is no mountain He will not climb just to make sure He gets you back. There is nothing God cannot give. Even to give His only Son for us was because He loves us and He wants us to be reconciled back to Him. What a love! 1 John chapter 3 verse 1. See what an incredible quality of love the Father has given, shown, bestowed on us, that we should be permitted to be named and called and counted the children of God. And so we are. The reason that the world does not know, recognize, acknowledge us is that it does not know, recognize, acknowledge Him. Because that person needs you in their life. Number 2, because that person needs you in their life. You cannot tell the way things work in life, but only God directs our path toward getting the right things done. We are of great importance to the people around us and those we meet daily. When God wants to use you to do wonders in the life of someone, you will develop a burning desire to be with that person. You have to understand the way this feeling of emotion works. It takes sleep off your eyes and makes you restless until you are with that person. That person needs you. There is something you will do in the life of that person at that time. Have you wondered the way God arranges events to meet the need of those that He wants to bless and deliver from a certain situation? Whatever happens on earth is controlled by a divine force, which is to meet the purpose of the divinity. When you find yourself in that situation where you have developed a burning desire and emotion to be with someone, it is a call to duty to fit into the things that God wants to do for that person using you. That is the reason you have that heat up in your emotion. You do not have to be confused or keep asking questions or let your mind be troubled. All are in the right track of accomplishment. That feeling is a communication to you. It is actually telling you something you have to pay attention to. That feeling and burning desire is a voice saying something to you. So you have to listen carefully to know what it is. You should also know that in situations like this, the devil, knowing what God wants to do for that person, will not let you respond to it. So he will always bring in distractions and other things that will take your mind away from it. Like Apostle Paul said in 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 17, "But since we were bereft of you, brethren, for a little while in person, of course, not in heart. We endeavored the more eagerly and with a great longing to see you face to face, because it was our will to come to you. I mean that. I, Paul, again and again wanted to come, but Satan hindered and impeded us. Number 3, because you missed the person. Getting used to someone most time makes it difficult for you to stay away from that person for a long time. You have become one mind and in the flesh that whenever the body wants to be with that person, it reacts to communicate that to you. The yearning of the mind to see someone is that burning desire that has been stirred up in you already. You have missed that person. You want to be with that person, and sometimes that person has missed you and wants you to come around so that they can see you. It is in either way, but whichever way, it is an impulse that is saying that you have missed yourself. If that is happening between couples or lovers, then you will have to know what it is saying already. Go and see that person because you have missed that person. That burning desire that has suddenly developed in you is telling you to go to them. Do not stay any longer than you have stayed, because there is a need for the fellowship of the mind, which will, in turn, cause the merry of the heart and add joy to the life. They have missed the way you treated them right and bring laughter to their soul. Your humorous words of wisdom, courage and boldness. What you do to strengthen them, lift their burdens and cheer them up to power. That is what they have missed in you. You cannot afford to let them be or keep them hanging all the time while they expect you to eagerly wait for you to meet their needs. They want to make their day, and that is the reason you have developed that burning desire to be with them suddenly. Number 4, you are feeling insufficient in you. Watch yourself very well to know what is happening within you already. Sometimes you feel like you want to be with someone. The burning desire to be with someone come up in you because you have exhausted your inner strength and you want a refill of strength psychologically. You want to replenish and expand your capacity. You know that person that energizes you to be better. When you are down, you know that person that will give you the vitalizing words to boost up your courage and be fit again. You need to be with that person. You are drained and you know it. You need to be with those people that will energize you again so that you will bounce back to yourself. That is the reason the burning desire to be with someone erupted in you, because something in you is missing and you need to replenish it. You need to bring it back. You have been left to stand alone. You have to get to that person as a backup. You get strength with the person. You are used to that person because every time you spend with that person is always worth it, and you are always getting better with the person. That is the reason you have the burning desire to be with that person, because you need to be motivated and you need the inspiration that fills their words and actions. You do not know this, but that is actually what is happening to you. The more you keep yourself out of the person, the more you drain, the more, you are bored and you know you need some warming moment. That is the information that has been passed, and the response must be to do it so that you will have the ease in you and feel all right. Do well to attend to that burning desire.